Welcome to our latest deep dive. Today we're digging into a really surprising new report about American finances in 2025. Our mission is to unpack not just what's happening, but maybe the hidden why and what it means for your financial future going forward. What we found is, well, it's a genuine paradox.
Yeah.
And it's something I think everyone should probably understand. So despite what looks like a pretty strong economy, low unemployment rates and all that, this report points to something else entirely. A really widespread financial anxiety just simmering across the country. And get this, the average American scores only 48% on tests of fundamental financial knowledge. 48%. That figure just seems incredibly low, doesn't it? How should we even begin to interpret that kind of knowledge gap?
It is strikingly low, yeah. And the paradox you mentioned as well, it's right there. It's really compelling. What's maybe just as striking is that over half the country, 53%, are actually living paycheck to paycheck.
53%. Wow.
Yeah. But here's the twist, right? 65% of Americans rate their own ability, their capacity to make good financial decisions as an A or B.
An A or B, seriously.
Seriously. But then only 56% rate the actual state of their personal finances that high. So it's like people are saying, yeah, I know what I'm doing, even if the results aren't quite there. It really points to a significant disconnect, wouldn't you say, between how people see themselves and their financial reality.
Absolutely, a big disconnect. And the report digs deeper too. It challenges our whole idea of what financial literacy even is. It suggests it's not just about knowing definitions or facts anymore.
Yeah.
The report uses this term financial capability, which is more about your internal ability to actually act to your own best interest.
Right, the capability to act.
And that capability, they argue, is what leads to true financial well-being, which isn't just cash in the bank, right? It's about feeling in control day to day, being able to handle, unexpected financial shock.
Resilience.
Exactly. Resilience and having the freedom to actually enjoy life, plus feeling like you're on track for your goals. They break it down into those 4 key areas.
Okay, but that raises a really important question then. If it's about capability, why is there still this gap between knowing something or thinking you know it and actually doing it? The report brings in some fascinating stuff from behavioral finance here.
The psychology of money. Okay.
Precisely. Even people with solid financial knowledge can get tripped up by these predictable psychological biases.
Right.
You've got things like loss aversion, where losing $20 hurts way more than finding $20 feels good.
Right, yeah. Feels about twice as bad, I think they say.
Exactly. Or overconfidence, thinking you're better at picking stocks or timing the market than you really are.
Okay.
And these biases, they often operate subconsciously, right? They can stop you from making rational financial choices even when you technically know better. It really makes you wonder, how often these little mental shortcuts steer us wrong without us even noticing.
Yeah, that's a bit unsettling. Okay, so looking ahead then. Technology. That seems like a huge factor changing everything. FinTech financial technology apps seem to be everywhere, really democratizing access to tools that used to be pretty complex or maybe just for the wealthy.
Definitely a game changer.
We're seeing widespread use of things like automated budgeting tools and also micro investing, where you round up your coffee purchase and invest the difference.
Yeah, that spare change investing.
It makes finance feel, I don't know, more approachable, maybe more intuitive for a lot of people.
Absolutely. But if we connect that to the bigger picture, while AI and FinTech offer this amazing potential for hyper-personalized financial advice, they also bring pretty significant risks. The report flags concerns about, more sophisticated types of fraud, for one.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And also algorithmic bias, where the tech might unintentionally discriminate against certain groups. Plus, there's the issue of digital exclusion for people who don't have access or, the skills to use these tools.
Right, so it's not a simple solution then.
Not at all. And it means the definition of financial literacy itself has to evolve again pretty rapidly, actually. It's shifting maybe away from just memorizing facts towards developing the critical thinking skills you need to navigate this complex AI-driven financial world.
So being able to tell good information from bad.
Exactly. Identifying trustworthy sources, understanding the risks, and really importantly, protecting yourself from these new kinds of digital dangers. That's the new literacy.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here for you, the listener? This deep dive, I think, it shows us a path forward where financial education can't just be a one-off thing. It needs to be lifelong
Continuous learning.
and digital first, probably. But crucially, it needs to equip you with that critical thinking to really thrive in what's becoming a very complex, very tech-driven financial future.
Yeah, that critical thinking piece is key.
So maybe the final thought is this. In a world where AI might soon manage your investments or budget for you, what does true financial freedom actually look like then? What skills matter most? We hope this deep dive gave you a good head start on understanding the landscape of 2025 and what it might mean for your own financial journey.